Hello, lovelies. Welcome to this week's Pick a Card reading for June 28th through July 4th. The second is actually my sister's birthday. Speaking of my sister, we've been kicking around the idea, before I get into this, of maybe podcasting, or something like that, where we'd probably mostly talk about movies and TV and stuff like that, like Stranger Things and that new Ethan Hawke movie. I love Umbrella Academy, and my sister doesn't watch it, so I want to talk about that with her, just to see what she thinks about it as somebody who doesn't watch it. We're working on that now. I don't know when it would be out, but if that's something that maybe you'd be interested in checking out, let me know. Because, we watch a lot of movies and shit, and we like to talk about them. So, and probably some other stuff. I might throw in some tarot stuff or some K-pop stuff, and she'll listen, whatever the hell she likes other than that. Probably some true crime from both of us. Paranormal from me, whatever. But yeah, knock that idea around and let me know what you think. But anyway, here we go. Again, cards, 3 of them. I have rocks. This one's different. I know if you watched last week's video, you might be like, those look like the same rocks. These 2 are, because I like them still, and I'm not ready to move on. And I've been working on a lot of stuff with my sister, so I figured, screw it, I'll use the rocks again. And I have this one. It's a little bit different, but it's new. So yeah, feel free to pause the video, and I'll see you guys in the readings. Bye. Okay, pile number 1 with, again, the big chunker of a rock. Actually, I think the other one was the big chunker, but you know what I mean. Let's see what your first card is. Ooh, this one does not come out a lot. This is the brownie. She's adorable. She's all about fulfillment coming from your home and your family. Maybe having reasons to celebrate, like birthdays or anniversaries. Maybe somebody gets married, things like that. So you might have some time to spend with your family, or if you maybe haven't seen your family in a while, maybe you should do that. And if you live in America, 4th of July is coming, and that's often a time that people get together with their family. So, if your family does something like that, and you're thinking about not going, maybe go. As I'm not one to spend time with people, it's still nice to see your family. As I said in the intro, I've been seeing my sister a lot. And sometimes she's a pain in the ass, but she's my sister, and then I get to see my nephew, and yeah. But this is definitely about good things coming from your home and your family. It can even be like the family you create, if you consider your friends to be your family. If you have your own family with a partner and kids or whatever, you might be really comfortable and content with where that is. And when you're happy in your home life, everything else kind of gets good. You know what I'm saying? You find yourself just improving in all areas. Let's see what the next one is. Ooh, okay. Next is the Magician. The Magician is about willpower and creation, and being able to realize your goals and dreams, and through that determination, right? So it's about knowing you can make your dreams a reality, moving in positive directions to implement the change that's needed. If you're not, like me, you're not a very determined person, and maybe this energy comes from your home and your family. They inspire you to maybe chase your dream and start doing something that you want to do that's gonna make you happy, right? Because your family wants you to be happy, or they should anyway. Next, ooh, Wheel of Fortune is next. Yeah, this is like a fate and destiny card. And it's also about turning points because it's a wheel. Things are lining up in your benefit. You might have some like new opportunities, right? It's a chance to discover more about yourself. And it's also another one about manifesting your dreams. So maybe somebody in your family, um, or your family in general, just like motivates you and inspires you, which is really nice because that's what family should do. They should support you and encourage you and all of those good things, right? Next, we have the Emperor. Oh, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. It just dawned on me after I picked that card up. These two together, obviously it's about change. It's about welcome change. Could be a little bit unexpected change. And embrace this turning point will help you move confidently, especially if you're considering a change, like a change in your career maybe, or if you've been thinking about moving, it might seem kind of sudden, these changes, or like having the opportunity to finally enact these changes. But these are good things. Okay, good things are coming, and if you're in an energy of change, embrace it. It's good things. Anyway, this dude, the Emperor, this card's about structure. Someone who is consistent and trustworthy and confident and in control of their emotions. This could be somebody that you know. Traditionally, this card represents a father figure. So it could be like a parent or somebody who is of age that your parent would be, that you look up to in a similar fashion, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, whatever, a mentor sort of situation. But this card is about learning and security and planning and going at things in like an organized way. So you might have some like sudden changes, but that doesn't mean you need to meet it in a crazy sudden way. Recognize you have these opportunities and then plan accordingly for what you want. All right, this card is all about like being organized and overcoming obstacles. So if you've had obstacles, you're moving out of that, definitely, and maybe with some help from somebody that is close to you. Because this card's also about reaching a new level of mastery, even in your work. Like these two together, change of career. Maybe you have an opportunity, some of you, to level up in your career, which is pretty good. Let's see what the next one is. Ooh, okay. 8 of Cups in reverse. This is common. Because I think just human nature. It's about maybe being a little bit scared to move on, or faking happiness because you figure you should just accept it, accept like where you are and whatever. It could also be, because this is something else people do, it's just about being confused and not knowing what direction you want to go in, and that is also scary. And you're like, well, I'll just stay where I am and screw making a decision, because making decisions sucks, right? But this kind of like the Emperor is about considering all your options, planning, writing a pros and cons list if you need to, because that could help you make the best decision for you and move out of any confusion or uncertainty that you have. This card could also tell you, because it's cups, like to take a look at your relationships, So if there's, maybe if you are confused or you don't know what to do, maybe talk to your family or people close to you. Look for this sort of energy, people who emulate this sort of situation, because maybe they could help you you know, see the clear picture and help get things situated in a way that's going to benefit you. Um, Also, these two. These two together, and it's funny because I mentioned change of career with these two up here. If you're thinking about self employment, these cards indicate it might be a good idea to start looking into that. You know? Um, if you've wanted to create something new or like start your own business or something like that, um, now's the time to like maybe start looking at the steps you need to complete to get to where you want to be. You know, how do you start forming this idea and moving towards making that a sustainable possibility for you? I like that. So some of you maybe the change of career is you just work for yourself, which is nice and something I think that most people um, would love to have the opportunity to do. Let's see what your last one is. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is about new beginnings and happiness and fulfillment, feeling free and happy with your surroundings, with where you are in life. So I think if you're a little bit unsure, maybe spend some time with people who care about you, that you care about, that you value their input and opinions, that know you well. Because good things are coming, right? This card's also, again, Cups, about forming new relationships. Whether, any kind of relationship, platonic relationship, business relationship, whatever. So maybe even if it's somebody you already know, you'll form a new relationship with them, maybe through this wanting to work for yourself sort of situation. But yeah, also a cup about positive energy, and how positive energy attracts positive people to you that will help you bring success to your life, right? Whether that's your career or whatever, your friendships, however they impact your life. So I think you've got some good things coming. You might need to figure some things out first, maybe run some ideas past people who know you well, that you trust. And if you want to start your own business, good for you. Give it a shot. But, make sure that before you make any permanent moves and go full force, and this is what I'm doing. Unless you're like a stay-at-home... Ooh, I hit the mic. I don't know if you heard that. I'm sorry. Unless you're like a stay-at-home parent, then throw yourself in it like full force, because you have nothing to lose. But if you have a job and you want to leave it to work for yourself, make sure the self part is fully sustainable before you go making any like serious moves. Okay? So don't just overnight heap on out of there. Make sure you're planning and you're doing smart things. All right? The opportunity might show up overnight. That doesn't mean everything needs to change overnight. Anyway, that's it for this reading. If you liked it, please do all the obligatory YouTube things because they really do help out. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My name's in the description box down below. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. Let's see what your first card is. Let me move that further up, actually. First card. Oh! This is the Unseelie Court. Now, I said in pile 1, their green card didn't come out often. This card I really don't see often. It's kind of neat. They're kind of like a band of like little weirdos. There's like little goblins and it's Morticia looking. I shouldn't say that's an insult to Morticia. I love the Addams Family. But, yeah, I don't know. There's skeletons and weird shit. But this card, it's really not that bad. Well, no. It's fine. This card is about unexpected change. Maybe anger and some frustration. Maybe there's been some broken promises, or you've built some unstable alliances, possibly some new alliances that are a little bit shaky, and now you're realizing maybe I can't trust that person so much. So, like, it's kind of bad, but not really bad, because then things could be worse. And broken promises, if someone's breaking promises to you, that blows, and I'm sorry. But if it's, like, even you just making, like, commitments to people that you can't keep, like, maybe you're somebody who takes on too much and thus can't meet expectations because you've agreed to do too many things, because some of us have a hard time saying no. But also some of you could just be holding on to some anger and frustration, and that's not great, kids. Okay, that's not great, babies. That's not good. I know it's hard to let it go. Them negative emotions be strong, but sometimes you gotta deal with it, because it only hurts you in the long run. Let's see what your next one is. Oh, okay. Kind of like what I was saying. 9 of Swords in reverse is about letting go of anxiety. So some of you might be having a little bit of anxiety or anger, or things aren't going the way you want them to go, or, you know, people turned out to be shitty. Surprise, most people are shitty. This card indicates moving on from that energy and being optimistic and recovering from such negative situations. Overcoming obstacles, because dealing with all of that shit is an obstacle. Could also be you are your own worst critic and you've got a lot of negative self-talk. Hi, me. Nice to see you. Welcome to the club. You know, if you have negative self-talk going on, sometimes the things around you seem crap, you know, or you just attract crap energy and crap people. So maybe that's something that you need to work on. Maybe you're becoming aware that that's an issue and you're dealing with it, because you're letting go of anxiety and trying to be more optimistic, because we can all try to be a little bit more optimistic, because the world is a dumpster fire right now. Anyway, yeah. If your negative energy really comes from you, even if it doesn't, the negativity of people around you can bring out the inner negativity, right? Maybe just sit down with yourself and work through that, or something, you know, like what is that movie? Oh, The Kids I Take Care of. Watch it, with the sea monsters. Luca. They call their inner negative voice Bruno, and they tell him to shut up all the time. Do that. Silencio Bruno. That's what they say. You sit down and you tell your inner Bruno to shut the hell up. Let's see what the next one is. Okay. Why do I feel like people are going to freak out? They shouldn't freak out. Nobody freaks out with the Death card, and I always think people are going to freak out. Okay, here you go. This is the Devil in reverse. The reverse is good. The reverse is good. I like the reverse. I prefer the reverse. The reverse is good. This is about overcoming. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about independence and freedom and detaching from things that no longer serve you, like negative self-talk, negative behaviors, negative shit, things like this, where maybe you've got crap people in your life, and you know, you're coming into yourself. You are ready to move forward in a positive direction, right? 9 of Swords, letting go of anxiety and being more optimistic. And this card in reverse is all about reclaiming your power and your freedom and leveling up and letting go of negative, unhealthy attachments. So if you've got friends that suck, cut them out. You know? People who maybe break promises to you, people who just, like, you know, are never there when you need them to be there and all this, whatever. And they tell you, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then they don't shut up. Why does this sound like my sister? No, my sister, 9 times out of 10, my sister shows up. But actually, I think the last time I saw this card, it was like 2 years ago when I was reading my sister. Son of a bitch. Damn it. Okay, never mind. Anyway, this card says, like, remember, like, beginnings can be messy. So as you move out of maybe this negative energy into more positive self-thinking, it might be a little bit difficult because change always is, and you're trying to change even your mindset and you know, what your little bubble of a world is like. And that's not easy. Be patient, okay? You are on a path of transition, and you need to deal with things one at a time. Okay? Like, maybe if you're working on self-improvement, do it gradually. Don't try to do everything all at once. I'm one of those people that tries to do everything all at once because, like most millennials, I want instant gratification, and that's not how it works. And then I'm discouraged, and I don't do it anymore. I downloaded a health app on my phone. I worked out for 2 weeks and then stopped because I'm tired and I'm not losing weight fast enough, and that's not how it works, and it's not healthy. So, you know, take that and apply it to whatever your situation is. Same thing. Ow. Anyway, let's see what your next card is. Queen of Cups. Okay. The Queen of Cups is about love and kindness and sensitivity. And really, there's two main interpretations with this queen. The first one's a little interpretation that maybe there is a person, possibly a woman because it's a queen, but really it could be any person that plays a significant role in your life that is supportive and reliable and helps you reach your full potential and encourages you to reach your full potential. It could be a sister, a friend, your mom, a grandma, your aunt, whatever. Like, it doesn't even need to be a lady. It could be literally anybody, you know? Just traditionally the explanation is lady because it's a queen on the card, but it could be literally a parent, an aunt and uncle, a fucking cousin, your friend group, whatever. Literally anybody who emulates these behaviors. But the second, especially with these two, so some of you might need to lean on a person to help you, which is fine and good, and you should ask for help if you need it. The second meaning is trusting your inner voice. Not the negative self-talk, idiot voice. The one that is positive and sees that you are capable, because we all have that too. Even if you are very like negative self-thinking, there is still that voice that pops up once in a while that's like, nah, you got this. Don't listen to that. Oh, you know what it is? It's like you used to see in cartoons, the angel on one shoulder that's like supportive and like your little cheerleader. Yay, go you, woo, you got it. Like, and then you have like the devil on your shoulder that's like, no, what do you listen to them for? This stupid. Like, nurture the angel side. It's like, oh, where did I hear this about the two wolves? I've been hearing it a lot lately. We all have two wolves inside of us, and it depends which wolf you feed. The white wolf and the black wolf, and the white wolf is all of your positive emotions, and the dark wolf is all of your, negative shit. And don't feed the dark wolf because, that's what feeds your depression and your anxiety and all that shit, and that's what makes you maybe a crazy bad person. And then the light wolf is the good one. Whatever. It's shit like that. Embrace your positive inner voice, and focus on yourself and your emotional health, especially before trying to like help others. It's that you can't help others if you don't help yourself first situation. It's that kind of situation. Make sure you're helping yourself because that's most important. You can't do anything else, especially for anyone else, if you aren't okay yourself. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? It makes sense. But anyway, let's see what the next one is. Ooh. Okay, Magician. The Magician is about manifestation and willpower and creation and knowing you have all of the skills necessary to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. Okay? Whatever you feel, you can manifest. So if you focus on the positive, you can manifest the positive. All right? This card is about taking action and moving towards positive changes in your life. So some of you might have had a little bit of like a negative situation going on, whether it's internally or externally, and now you're ready to get the F on out of there. Just and be happier and better, and that's great, and that's very important. So let's see what the last one is. Oh yeah, Ten of Cups is about happiness and harmony, and family. You know, maybe you haven't seen your family in a while, and you should, because sometimes, like, you know, sometimes your family can be the thing that really, like, lifts you up and supports you and stuff, because that's what a family's supposed to do. If you haven't seen your family in a while, maybe this card indicates maybe you will. Maybe there will be like a reunion or something, you know. Especially like if you've been in like a situation, like a negative situation, and you just didn't have the opportunity to be around your family, or you felt like you couldn't be around your family. Maybe now's the time to like embrace them a little bit, especially if somebody in your family is this energy, because that's always good. But overall, Ten of Cups is about feeling secure and content in your life and having worked hard to get to that point and enjoying it. Okay? So if you've got some negative things going on, you're probably going to start seeing some improvements or feeling like you're ready to make improvements. And maybe hanging out with your family a little bit. But good things are coming. So, and anyway, if you enjoyed this reading, please do all the obligatory YouTube things. And if you want, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My name's in the description box down below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Okay, last but not least, pile number 3. Let's see what we see, shall we? Ooh, okay. First up, Morgan Le Fay. Morgan Le Fay is about wisdom and power that is gained through experience and study. She's also about like aspiration and ambition. So some of you might be in the mood to expand your knowledge on something because maybe you're feeling a little bit ambitious. Or you have like goals that you're ready to pursue and you're like, okay, this is what I need to do. And maybe you start researching something a little bit more if you have like a hobby or something that you want to take a little bit more seriously. But let's see the next one. Oh, okay. The Strength card. The Strength card is next. Obviously, it's about strength. It's also about courage and focus. Being able to overcome obstacles or using your inner strength to succeed. If you're like me and you're easily discouraged and this is something that you want to do, and maybe the idea of having to learn a little bit more is daunting and you're like, oh God, no, I can't do that. We all have inner strength, whether we believe it or not. So look down into that and just be like, no, I can do it. It's just Googling. Because let's face it, that's how we all learn these days. You just Google something. Like that podcast I mentioned at the beginning. My sister knows literally nothing about content production or the internet in any way. She's like an old lady. She's an old lady in the different way that I am an old lady. Like, YouTube has started recommending me spinning wheel videos because I'm 106. Okay? I'm getting recommended yarn dyeing and spinning wool into yarn on a Sleeping Beauty style spinning wheel, which, by the way, I have watched a couple and it is fascinating because I am in fact 106 years old. But my sister is different in the way that like she uses like Facebook and Google Podcasts and YouTube, and that is it. So I clearly know how to do YouTube, and she's leaving the logistics of a podcast up to me, like I have any knowledge on how podcast works. So I'm going to do what I did. Actually, I've already kind of done it when I wanted to learn about YouTube, which, as you can see from my content, is just the pillar of perfection, and I know every nuance. Can you feel the sarcasm? You know, if you feel like my sister, I can't do the research because I don't already have a base in this, don't worry about it. Or if you're like me and you do kind of have a base in it, I started out the same way too. Just Google shit and you'll learn. You know? So if there's something that you kind of vaguely know about that you maybe want to learn a little bit more, and you feel like, no, that sounds like a lot of work, or no, I can't really learn that way, just start small. Take small steps. I know this was a long-winded explanation, but my point is, just do it. Okay, Nike? Just do it. You just Google it. Look it up on YouTube. You know, because that's what I mean, I read a lot, but still when I'm researching something, I'd rather have somebody verbally explain it to me. So, anyway. Yeah, do that. This card is about being committed to what you need to do and going about it in a mature and balanced way. So, if you've got something you need to research a little more, research it a little more. All right? Anyway. Next, what do we got? The Hermit. Cute little half Gandalf kind of Dumbledore looking dude. Anyway, this card is about, again, wisdom. So some of you definitely are maybe thinking about or should consider expanding on your knowledge base. It's also a card about enlightenment. It's ushering in a period of personal growth and exploration, committing to something, committing to a personal quest, if you will, something you want to do, and actually taking the time to sit down and say, yup, I'm going to do that. Because it's going to become potentially a rewarding experience for your life. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to try. Right? Let's see what the next one is. Ooh, okay. The next one is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is about creativity and, again, wisdom. Okay, people, if you have something that you are interested in and you want to learn about it, or, you know, you're like me and you get kind of lazy and you're like, oh, I'll do it later, do it. There's something going on here for some of you that I think will be very beneficial if you, like, take the time to expand on your knowledge. You know? This card is all about growing as a person, becoming more responsible, more mature, entering an era where you're more aware of your actions. Okay, so even for some of you, that in itself, if that's you, if this is just you, like, emotionally maturing, which it could be for some of you, that in itself brings wisdom, you know? Becoming more aware of yourself and how your actions affect the things around you and the people around you. It also helps you understand situations better, you know, social cues and things like that. So yeah, some of you might be learning things in a creative sense. Some of you might be learning things in a personal sense. And both of them are important because being self-aware, I think, is something that everybody needs, I mean, there's a limit. I am hyper self-aware, and it's not great. But then you see the people who have like no concept of what the hell they're doing, and that's also not great. So hopefully you land somewhere in a healthy medium. But anyway, next one. Ooh, Three of Coins. Three of Coins is about making a focused effort. It's about growth and learning, possibly even teamwork. So if you're learning something that's like, can be something like my sister in the podcast, like a team up, might be a good idea. Have someone to bounce ideas off of, someone who maybe sees things in a totally different way. Because let me tell you, my sister and I are very different people. We are so different that we write with opposite hands. Okay? So, and sometimes that's what you need. That's what you need to help balance yourself out if you're coming at this with the creativity energy and the like learning a skill or a craft or expanding on the knowledge you already have in order to make something tangible, you know. But even if it's this just personal growth and learning, which is very important, either way, this card is about being on the right track. It's very encouraging. It says that you are making progress. You're making the right choices. You're doing all the good things. And positive things are coming. This is good. This is nice. I like this. Let's see what the last one is. Ooh, okay. This is the Seven of Swords in reverse. This card's kind of about turning over a new leaf. So, for some of you, like I said, some of you might be growing and maturing as people, because he's kind of about that, right? We've seen it with, like, this card, you know, it's about growth and learning and all of that, you know, gaining wisdom. And I think that, like I said, that also comes with just, like, your emotional maturity and your mental maturity and things like that. This card is about maybe recognizing that you have some negative behaviors and you want to change that, which I think I mentioned earlier too. In this pile, in this reading. Or was it the last one? I can't keep track. I filmed these like back to back. But this is about maybe old habits aren't serving you. And either way, whether you're growing as a person or you're working on something, maybe you have some old habits that don't benefit what you're trying to do, right? Whether that's creating or emotionally maturing. But either way, you're on the right track to be the person that you're meant to be. You're doing all the things, all the good things. And, yeah, I see good things coming. There's something going on here that I like. So, if you're maturing as a person and you're, like, especially if you've made, like, the conscious decision to do that, good for you, because that's difficult. And a lot of people don't see that. And if you're on the creation side of things, good luck to you. You know, research all the things you can possibly research, because I'm about to go do that myself. I'm going to have some cake for lunch because it's 12:40 in the afternoon and I am a healthy person. And then I'm probably going to Google some shit. Anyway, if you liked this video, please do all the obligatory YouTube things. And I will see you next week. Also, you can follow me on social media. My links are in the description down below. See you later.